Yo, what's up? This is Boxing Combo with some real good pay-per-view fight tonight on HBO. It was awesome. We got 4 fights for this pay-per-view. Very good. Very pleased for all 3. The 4th fight, I'm gonna start giving you the results on all these fights. But the last fight, Mosley versus Sergio Mora, you know, I'm gonna get to that very quick. But shocking ending, a very shocking ending. You know, I'm still like thinking about it because I just got done watching the pay-per-view. Anyway, starting with the first fight of the event, at least the ones that were broadcast on TV, was Ponce de Leon versus Escalante. Y'all remember Ponce de Leon was knocked out by Juan Lopez. Ponce de Leon from Mexico, a great action, come forward, hard-hitting type fighter versus Escalante, who also lost a couple months back versus Celestino Caballero. But Escalante also a very good fighter, action type fighter, come forward type fighter. But Ponce de Leon is a stronger power puncher. It went through it 3 rounds where Ponce de Leon knocked out Escalante in a pretty nasty knockout. Ponce de Leon now is set to fight another top-ranked fighter. So let's see what's up. Let's see who he fights. I think he fought Celestino Caballero and lost that fight. I think it was a decision. I'm not sure. He was knocked out by Juanma. So I think if he's gonna fight a top 126, and it probably is Camboa. So let's see what's up with that. Anyway, moving on to the second fight, which one I was looking forward to, because y'all know I'm a big fan of Victor Ortiz. So Vivin Harris, y'all remember Vivin Harris used to be trained by Emmanuel Stewart. Vivin Harris, I remember one of his fights with Carlos Musa, where Carlos Musa, the Colombian, knocked out Vivin Harris. That same Carlos Musa was in a fight with Miguel Cotto, which lasted 8 or 9 rounds, where the fight was stopped, and Miguel Cotto won over Carlos Musa. Carlos Musa also fought Victor Ortiz, and Victor Ortiz knocked out Carlos Musa in the first round with like 1 punch or something like that. Anyway, Vivin Harris, 32 years old. Victor Ortiz, I think 23 to 24, probably 25, I'm not sure. But still very young fighter, strong power puncher, action type fighter, great charisma, great personality. Anyway, it started off, they're kind of, you know, studying each other in the first round. They're both throwing fast, strong punches, powerful punches, but more powerful coming from Victor Ortiz. And anyway, it went 3 rounds, but in those 3 rounds, it was a lot of excitement, man. Victor Ortiz knocked Vivin Harris down 3 to 4 times. Vivin Harris did catch Victor Ortiz with 1, 2 kind of good punches, never affected Victor Ortiz at any moment. Anyway, he got knocked the hell out. Vivin Harris, you know, much respect to the guy anyway, but he was knocked out in a nasty way. Victor Ortiz knocked him the hell out. It went 3 rounds. Vivin Harris, I think that's a career-ending type fight, because I don't see it. I mean, not, you know, he got up, he was okay, but still, I don't think there's any more left for Vivin Harris after that type of a knockout, being knocked down to the floor 3 to 4 times and then knocked out. And again, showing the incredible power. Victor Ortiz, man, this kid, everyone's talking about Canelo Alvarez. I like Victor Ortiz. The power punches, you know, the way this guy, you know, he lost to that Medina guy from Argentina, but you could see it was a lack of experience from Victor Ortiz's behalf. Victor Ortiz, he's a rookie, he was green, he's still learning, he's still young, and Medina was just a more experienced fighter, a harder, brawler type fighter, and Victor Ortiz was not ready for that. But Maidana from Argentina at the time was 26 years old with 28 fights and 27 knockouts when he fought the young 23-year-old Victor Ortiz, that he defeated Victor Ortiz. Like I said, it was a young Victor Ortiz that was frustrated. You know, technically he's not at that high level yet, but wow, man, he's putting it together, and I'm telling you, the power this kid has in both of his hands is amazing. I still haven't seen out there anyone with that type of power, except probably Camboa, Juanma, down at the 126 weight class. But at 140, at the welterweight, there's no one with that type of power. Right now, Victor Ortiz is the most powerful puncher in that weight class. I don't care, you know, I mean, that's my opinion. Anyway, Victor Ortiz knocked him out in the 3rd round. Let's see, I gotta hurry up here. Okay, the third fight. This is the Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Carlos Baldomir. First of all, I got to start off with this. I know Canelo Alvarez is a young fighter, so I'm not going to criticize him. He's a young fighter. He's 20 years old. But Baldomir, man, Baldomir is 39. He was I don't think he was even boxing when they called him up to fight. He comes into the ring at 170. They were fighting at 154. He comes into the ring 170. You can see the little jelly hanging from the corners of of his rib cage. He did not have the abdominal muscles pumping. He looked he looked heavy. He looked out of shape. And he went 6 rounds with Canelo. He went 6 rounds with Canelo, and he was standing there trading punches with Canelo. And Canelo gave him just incredible punches to Baldomir's face, and Baldomir took it and kept coming. He banged with Canelo. He hit Canelo with very, very good punches, but Canelo, he never hurt Canelo at any moment. And at the end, Canelo hit Baldomir with so many punches, and Baldomir was standing there trying to make it a good fight. But if you see the body that, he was overweight. His body did not look good. He must have been, I don't know how much time off. I haven't seen Baldomir in a very long time. And Baldomir, it was not the same Baldomir we've seen before, the guy who fought Judah, Gotti, Mayweather. It was not that type of a Baldomir. It was a way slower, heavier Baldomir, just not in shape. And he was able to stand there and go 6 rounds with Canelo. But yes, we know Carlos Baldomir is a tough cat. And Canelo, there's a lot of talk. The crowd went crazy when Canelo went into that arena. But really, really, he does not impress me. There's so much talk about this young man. But still, I have to say, he is 20 years old. He's a very young cat. He's not such a power puncher like everyone's telling me he is. People talk about he's such a power puncher. Victor Ortiz is a power puncher. Alvarez, he's kind of more like a Cotto, where Cotto bangs you up, and he bangs you up until he takes you out. Because that's what happened in this fight. Canelo banged Baldomir up until he knocked him out. And it was a very nasty knockout. It was such a nasty knockout that I felt sad for Baldomir. I thought he killed Baldomir. I thought Baldomir was dead, and Baldomir got back up, so I was happy to see that, because I really felt sad to see, an out of prime, overweight, Baldomir in there just trying to make some extra money, and just, but it was a very nasty knockout. It's even sad to see that type of a knockout happen to a veteran like Baldomir, 39-year-old veteran that came in at 170. Anyway, like I said, Canelo, he did not impress me. He did it, but he is young. So for his age, he was awesome. To see what he could do at that age. But still, there's something about him that does not. There's something about him that does not really interest me. It doesn't really get me hyped up to watch him. So anyway, moving on to the last fight. I do not know how much time I have, man. But anyway, Shane Mosley versus Sergio Mora. Everyone's complaining, Sergio Mora, what a boring ass fighter. But that's his style. I knew that was going to be the fight that was going to happen. I knew that was the type of fight that was going to happen, because Sergio Mora, he's that type of a wrestler, grabber type fighter. Not very exciting. And the HBO commentary is so surprised to see that when Sergio Mora, that's the type of fighter he is. He grabs you. He's a wrestler. He leans on you. He's a boring fighter, so I don't know why people expected it to be such a exciting fight. Reason I bought the pay-per-view is because they had a very good undercard. They had very good fights, before the main event. And to be honest with you, all these fights were better than the main event. But Shane Mosley, I have so much respect for the guy. He went out there, he tried to make an exciting fight. He tried to make Sergio Mora fight. He tried to make Sergio Mora stop hugging so much and start fighting and make an exciting fight. Shane Mosley will put his hands down, and he will let Sergio Mora hit him in order to make an exciting fight. So Shane Mosley, all credit to Shane Mosley, because he went out there and he tried to do his best to make an exciting fight out of a boring fighter like Sergio Mora is, which I honestly don't want to see Sergio Mora ever again. I don't want to see this guy ever again fight, because he's that boring. And the thing is, saying that Shane Mosley, in my eyes, won every single round. They gave Sergio Mora 1, 2, 3 rounds. I would not even have given him those 1 or 2 or 3 rounds because he is so boring. He's grabbing. He doesn't make a fight happen, you know. And you know what happened at the end when it went to decision? Well, I'm thinking Shane Mosley won unanimous decision. There's no doubt about it. We paid $50 to see this, and you know what happens? They give it a draw. They give it a draw. I still have it on pause, so as soon as I'm done the video, I want to see Shane Mosley pissed off, and I hope Shane Mosley starts talking and starts saying, man, fuck you and fuck that, and I should have won this fight, you know. And he needs to talk, you know, kind of like with that kid, what's his name, the American Italian fighter, Paul Malignaggi. The way he was robbed, he mouthed off the microphone. He said this and he said that. He said these guys are robbing me. You know, he talked. I hope Shane Mosley, he's a nice guy, but he needs to say this. You know, he needs to say that it was not a tie. He won unanimous decision, and I hope to see Shane Mosley pissed off. I haven't seen the interview yet, so I'm going to watch that now. I hope he says that. If he just, you know, gives him a good smile and says, you know, I hope he's pissed off about this because they're robbing him. It was a unanimous decision win for Shane Mosley, and I don't know who saw this to be a draw. A draw. I don't get it. I don't get it. Sergio Mora retire, man, honestly, because it's just not worth watching you. You know, we're paying money to see this. I don't know if you realize that anyway. So I hope I have enough time to put this video up. And it was a great pay-per-view, it was my, you know, the money, it was worth it except for the ending. The ending was horrible. Okay.